It's that time of the year again, and very soon the rainy season will be upon us. As we run around putting together inputs for your maize crop, we as ZFC thought it best to remind you, our valued customers, of the importance of adopting an effective weed management program. What do I mean by effective? An effective program is one which will guarantee the farmer of desired results, which in this case is the timeliest elimination of weeds. And trust me, a good herbicide combination is the way to go. I know quite a number of you are skeptical when it comes to the use of herbicides, mostly because of the myth yekuti mishonga yesora inouraya ivhu. This could not be far from the truth, and as I go on, I hope I can convince you to try out herbicides. It's important for farmers to know that one can only experience a downfall when using herbicides if they use a product they have little to no knowledge of which this shouldn't be a problem, because at ZFC, our agronomist doors are always open for farmers to come in and discuss herbicide-related issues as well as other agronomic matters for no charge. How good is that? If one uses a product they do not have information on, it may result in a number of challenges, which includes selecting a herbicide with a long residual period. It therefore becomes critical to come in and sit down with our agronomist. Let them know of our crop rotation plan so that they best advise on a herbicide inobvumira kuti tizoisa chirimwa chedu chatinenge takaronga plan medu. The other challenge inofesewa nemafarmers edu is choosing a herbicide isingapindirani nesora rinenge riri pamunda pedu. Always remember this. Hakuna mushonga umwe chete unouraya masora ese. Naizvozvo farmers are supposed to know masora anoita pamunda pavo so that vano advise on a herbicide inobata masora iwayo in particular. Ku ZFC tinototi kana tisingazive mazita emasora ngatitoitaire kudzura. Toya ne sample, we give our agronomist and the agronomist advises on the herbicide which is suited for those particular weeds. The other challenge inoitwa nemafarmers edu ndeyekusiya sora richikura kusvika rakomba. Kana rakomba zviya harichadairira mushonga, rinogona kungoti nentei, asi mvura painonaya tinoona sora riya richisimuka zvakare. We said we thought it best to bring this reminder to you because our maize crop, as well as all other crops, they are very sensitive kumasora. For our maize crop, we need to keep it weed-free for a period of up to 8 weeks from the time of planting. Time and time again, we engage vanhu vanouya kuzotisakurira munda medu, only to realize panonaya mvura kuti masora aya ari kutonyatsokura zvakanaka. Ipapo ndipo patinoona kuti aiwa, sora ranga risina kusakurwa asi ranga rangoita zvekufushirwa. All this time, we have exposed our crop to competition nemasora. Masora anenge achikompita necrop yedu for light, for space, for water, as well as my nutrients atinenge taisa in the form of the fertilizers that we have bought. Farmers, tinenge takurekomenda kuti aiwa, we need to adopt an effective weed management program, which may include, depending on the weed spectrum, kuti tinenge tichida kushandisa yatinoti pre-clean up herbicide, or a pre-emergent herbicide, or a post-emergent herbicide. Now, depending on our weed spectrum, we might use one or a combination of all these three. You might now be wondering, so which herbicides can I find at ZFC? Let's take a look. At ZFC, you find pre-clean up herbicides. Pre-clean up herbicides are non-selective herbicides. Atinoshandisa kubvisa sora rinenge rarimera mumunda medu prior to the time of planting. So we can use them prior to planting, or we can use them at the time of planting in combination with pre-emergent herbicides. My pre-clean up herbicides amunowana ku ZFC will be your Roundup as well as your glyphosate. These ones are very good because anouraya sora down to the root. Zvokuti sora riya nyangorika nayo harisi kuzosimuka zvakare. The other class of herbicides that we have at ZFC, they are tinoti my pre-emergent herbicides. At ZFC, you'll find pre-emergent herbicides like Baclia Gold. Baclia Gold is a 2-in-1 herbicide, inobata my broadleaves as well as my annual grasses. You'll also find herbicides like Jewel, like Atrazine, like Integrity, as well as Frontier. Frontier would be a very good option, pre-emergent herbicide. Going into the season, yatrokupinda, yekuti trokutarisira iyo kuti rains edu anenge akati dzikei uye anogona The advantage of using Frontier Optima is that it is very stable. Kana iri pavu pedu, zvokuti chero tikaispraya pasi pasina kunyorova, inokwanisa kutimirira kusvika mvura yazonaya. Zvokuti mvura iya painonaya inowana Frontier ichiri very stable on the soil, it activates it, then it starts working. My pre-emergent herbicides edu, they are applied within 3 days of planting. Achibatsira kudzivirira modzi yesora kuti isamera. But as I said, hakuna mishonga inokwanisa kubata masora ese. Pane mamwe asiri kuzobatwa our range of pre-emergent herbicides achangozomera. Zvoti tinenge takufanga kuti move on to what we call post-emergent herbicides. Post-emergent herbicides akuzoshanda crop yedu yamera, sora ramera. Depending also on the weed spectrum, you find herbicides like a Stellar Star, which will suppress air tinoti tsangadzi. Stellar Star ichabatwa zvakare nema-broad leaves amunokwanisa kunge muchisangana nayo muminda menyu. We also have the super product inonzi Nicosulfuron for those who have challenges neiya inonzi shamba grass. Nicosulfuron will also do to ma-broad leaves tushoma. We also have for vanema challenges broad leaves akawanda. We have your dicamba, we have MCPA, which will do the broad leaves. We also have Basagran, which will do the broad leaves as well as yellow nutsedge. So you want to take a step towards attaining that bumper harvest. Why not come to ZFC and allow us to help you invest in an effective weed management program? Hope to see you soon at ZFC.